minutes.
Okay, have a motion.
I'll second.
Thanks, Max. Okay.
Sorry about
Yeah.
that.
Okay, all in favor, so the minutes are approved.
Aye.
Okay.
I will never say no.
Okay. All right. Want to thank our mayor for being here tonight and the media for being here. Thank you very much. Cal reports as far as monthly year-to-date stats, and we have deeds too.
Yeah, there was, did you take my little notes? We did, this last month was 13 burials, 15 lots, and there was 9 deeds. Not in that list that you guys looked at, or you looked at, there was one transfer that came in today. So one of our families transferred a lot to a relative, so that deed was in there also. Number-wise, I don't want to say May was a slow month. It was the slowest of the year so far, but, we run in cycles. So right now, we're kind of in a low cycle, and that's okay. Currently, I have an ash funeral Saturday. I have a full body Monday, and then I've got a few more coming up of ash funerals. So right now, it's been kind of quiet for us. Do want to say it while this is on. Mr. Bixler, that was on our board, his wife just passed. We lay her to rest Monday, so he was a board member, and she was partly too, because his latter years, he wasn't able to come alone, so she would bring in and sit on the meetings, so she kind of was part of our meetings back then, but just sorry for her loss. Stat-wise, if you go in the overall stat, just because we're kind of keeping up on it, cremations were down a little bit right now, but I'm sure that's going to change here pretty soon with what's going on. But other than that, the numbers are there. I think we're on pace as far as previous year's money. When I met with the wage committee, they asked me to think out of the box a little bit to find ways to generate more money, which we'll be talking about later. Some suggestions, different things, so we'll approach that another time. I've got a few things on the plate. One is, maybe you can start thinking about is, it's getting close to time where Jeff and I will sit down and talk if we're gonna raise rates or not, and then we will come to you guys and talk about it too. We're not quite there, but as things are moving forward and the price of stuff is getting more expensive. In that, excuse me, I did do a little cost analysis over last year of our foundations. In the price, we can make a small adjustment, but overall, we're doing fine as far as money on that. We was on our return, even at the concrete prices. So, like I say, just want to give you a brief to get in your head. We'll talk about that more in another meeting. With that, we'll go into old business. Talk about foundations. First one's there. We did our second pour, which is 33, and I believe that brings us to 77 so far in the first 2 pours. Went fine. Like I say, concrete was up, but not too bad. I mean, overall. So, like I say, when I did that cost analysis, so that's okay. We have probably 12 on a list right now. We won't pour until I get over 20. They changed the minimum to 5 and a quarter yards. So I want to achieve that, because if not, you pay extra for that. Number 2 on there, I do have a couple panoramic pictures. The chapel has been redone. If you guys want to pass them down and look at them, it's fine. Put all new flooring in the thing. The flooring, which the picture doesn't show, goes on down the hallway and into the bathrooms. So it is ready to go.
Yeah.
That cost was right at $13,000 for that, to put the flooring down.
That's very nice.
We did have a little more, we had termite damage. We did have some termite damage prior, like 4 years ago. I'll bring them out to here. You got it? Yeah, thank you. From prior years, had Ace Pest Control been treating for 3 years. I just canceled it this year. The main damage was on the one end when we pulled the carpet. We found another spot and fixed it. It was minor. So there's no more termites. It was just old damage. So I think chapel is ready to go. I'm glad we had a situation on a funeral where the funeral home wanted to use one and they couldn't because it was tore up. So they got the call that it's ready to go now. With that, 3, you can see demo of the front entrance. Mike Bradford's due to come in the 16th of this month. We took all the bushes out, so you know, we were able to save, how many were there? 18, we lost 1. The hill I created in the back by the shop to kind of cover what we have back in there, so it's kind of out of view and looks nicer than seeing stuff. I had some little bushes in there to pan out. We put them in a row. So these are boxwoods, and we'll be able to cut it like a fence. So it raised another 3 feet over that, almost covers my leaf box. It'll make it more pleasant for people. So it was nice that we could save them. My 2 guys have it dug almost all the way out a foot down. We're ready to go. Mike stopped by, so hopefully when he comes, it'll be a quick process that he can get to it and get it done. Like I say, it's gonna be all pavers, we'll get some planters and put some flowers out there. It's just less maintenance. Today, our city engineer was checking the sidewalk project and thinks that I need to do, I haven't talked to him, he talked to one of my workers. My sidewalks don't have where they come down the asphalt, that slip protecting thing on it, so he was gonna get with me about that. So we'll see what that takes when we get to that. 4, I left in there, and I'm sorry, with Memorial Day, I haven't got a hold of anybody to get a price on boring, so that still is there. With that, on a couple other things that I want to talk about. One, Max, we have not dug the hole yet. Number one, I didn't think I'd get the digger out of the front field as wet as it's been. So I guarantee it's holding water right now.
Yeah.
'Cause you hold
ended
it-
up getting a crane to pull the digger out. Yeah.
Monday, my guys, Wednesday, I had my guys were calling for rain. Everybody was busy, and I'm like, oh, I got to. If I don't mow,
Yeah.
it's gonna be 4 days. And I mean, there was areas I just went, okay, they can see me, I'm going. I mean, that muck just gets real slick, but we got most of it mowed, so.
Yeah, okay.
So that project's still in fire.
Right. It's,
What was the other one I was gonna tell you about? The other cremation garden, I've got some ideas, but nothing down on paper yet to start it. When we do the cremation, it'll be like cremation 3. Cost effective, it's just easier for us to put in that way. The people like it because it's a half lot, they love the bigger stones. Actually, our profit margin is more by doing that way, and everybody's happy, so we'll make it similar to that, except we may do some bushes and different stuff around it. We'll get to that, though. That is old business. Ken, I'm gonna give you the go-ahead on Memorial Day, if you'd like to talk about that just a little bit.
Well, I think somebody mentioned, the cemetery looked awesome.
yeah.
First of all, so
It
thank
did.
you, Hal, thank you to the staff. I think at least from the Memorial Day program standpoint, the preacher stand area just looks amazing.
Yeah,
It really works out really well. To have the seats up there close to the preacher stand, although a whole bunch of people still sat way back, that's human nature, but, no, I just think I thought it went really well. The one thing that many people said to me was the addition of the bell to the ceremony makes all the difference in the world. It really, so, I just think we have a really good, just a really good setup now for that program, and maybe other things to think about in the future. So, but it really looked great, and had a lot of good comments.
Yeah,
So,
hopefully, I'll talk to Stacy when she gets back a little bit. I was just thinking out of the box the other day, because when we had this meeting a long time ago, when I went to my board and said, hey, I need to do some repairs, what do you want to do? And it kind of went south to like tear it down. And that was a big no-no, and we got a bunch of people in the cities like, can't do this. We have put, I'm gonna give you a rough idea, and I'm sorry, I should have this, probably $20,000 into that project. Which I don't mind doing, and it does, looks fabulous, but so I guess to my board, the challenge is, what can we promote to have people use it? I even thought of, there's some cemeteries that don't allow you to go out to the site and have the funeral. They have a area where you do the funeral here, and then the workers take it out, and you can go later on. I don't want to go totally that, but maybe offer the chapel like we do, or the preacher stand like we do the chapel, free service to the funeral homes if they would like to do a funeral there. with that walkway and stuff and that foyer, we could set the church cart out there, you know, and they could do an outdoor one if they wanted to, if they wanted not to go by the grave. Some people that bothers, some it doesn't. So I don't know how much of a use that is, but I'm just trying to think, or just anything, like Legion using it, other people using it. Right now I got kids using it, and they're doing great. I have no problem with them. They know they're on camera, they're great kids, I got all hours, I mean, but they're not tearing anything up, they're fine. They're just hanging out. But I would like to see, being that we put that kind of money in it, to use it, the same as the chapel also.
Well, I think that would be the first thing, would be just to offer it if somebody wanted to do their graveside service there instead of at the grave. That'd be one option. There are some people that would feel more comfortable with that.
Well, yeah, like you had a lady come to you and say, could you bring that at my husband's funeral?
Yeah, that's.
Stuff like that. I'm like, that opened another can of worms if you want to say. I have no problem doing that, but if they're out in 70, 75, that thing has great tone, but I don't know if it'll reach out
Yeah,
there.
I think we're gonna have to test that and see, because she said, would they be able to ring the bell even if they were at the gravesite, and said, we'll have to check that out and see. I think that's a great idea. It's gonna take a little bit of maneuvering to do something like that.
Or say, hey, have the funeral director do the vault without a tent, have them set up out there, come do your service there, ring your bell and take them out. We could offer that, I would think. I know I just said offer cost, but I don't want to really get into that on the funerals. There's enough in cost in those. I mean, we'll take care of that otherwise. But anyway, just think about other ways we can promote to use it. Because you understand the back gate can always be unlocked. I mean, you can run traffic through different things. It's for the public, so I just need creative minds, I guess. I get stuck sometimes. I think of some, but not a lot. But I'm open to any idea. Just let me know. Okay? All right, so yeah, like I say Memorial Day, Ashton, my new employee, worked it with me, which was great. I mean, it wasn't as big as normal. I think the weather deterred a little bit, but overall, I think.
No, it was fine.
And I do also want to give a kudos to my guys. Honestly, when I first started 17 years ago, Memorial Day was a panic. It's like, we got to work overtime, we got to repaint, we got to do this. Those guys, we have it set up such a way where they keep it so nice. We're not, no, and what's really cool is they take so much ownership that they'll go back over and make sure, you know, before that last day that everything is good, but it's not a lot of panic. Honestly, because we're gonna get overtime, yeah, and a couple guys, there was some weed whacking off part we needed to get done or whatever that I gave. My guys like the comp time, to get a little more time off, which is in the city they allow, which is cool. So we did that, but there wasn't much to prep for it. A little bit on the flags. This was probably the best year that happened as far as people coming out and getting flags put in. I'm just wondering when they're gonna take them off. They're gonna start falling here before long, so I'm hoping this weekend.
I need to talk. Larry Burkhart did a lot of work on that.
Yeah.
So I need to.
You gonna
talk.
call or say I can too? And they're okay, they're still standing beautifully, but there's some that aren't in holders and they'll start falling there pretty soon. But overall, there's times that I myself will put 200-300 in. I put, I think, a max of 40 out in the container if somebody didn't get one, and I think I put 10 of them away.
So that's a good
So
sign.
we didn't have any complaints, whatever, so that was cool. That's to Little Tiger Football. I think Bart brought some of the football team out, and there were some other ladies out there doing it, so that's nice that gets done. It takes a little headache off us doing that, so I just wanted to give that. With that, we move on to the great number 2, is the great budget, which you guys will see probably next. Yeah, so I have to turn it in the 28th, but then I'll bring it for you guys' approval, because we can always go down. I can't go up, but I can go down. Like, you know, I want you guys to look it over and give me your approval if you agree with what's going on. The mayor and the committee is taking care of, there's some things going on, which you'll know later on, and the thing is what we're doing with the raises and some other stuff that is going on through HR that is really positive. The one thing you might hear that I want you to understand a little bit about, you can ask me more, is the mayor has approved, Denny has been on his passion to do a program called Awardco. Everybody is on it. You can give high fives, like if you see something, you know, somebody's does, any department, you can reach out to them and say, hey, that was really cool, whatever. But there's also a awards program where they can earn points where they can go in and get city merch or go in and get something. They can't physically give them money. They're working all that detail out of what account with State Board of Accounts, what we can do. So that will be directed, how that's ordered will be directed through Jeff. The only thing going on right now is anniversaries. When they get anniversaries, they get some points for that. So it's just a little, like Jeff talked about in our board meeting, department head meeting, you understand, it's getting to be stronger on, we appreciate our employees, what can we do for them? Well, you know, there's parameters, there's footsteps you gotta do and things you have to be careful. And like I tell my guys, be thankful they're looking at it, because we don't make a product. I mean, we don't make a product, we have a profit margin that we can do this, we're tax-based. So for them to work and try to honor the longevity is pretty cool, and the stuff they're doing, so. Denny's got some pretty cool ideas. So I wanted to throw that out there. Final, my other two part-time, Dan and Landon Gauze have started this week and doing great, so I have the three. I call them my weed whacker buddies. They have been back with me, I think, now 2-3 years. Dan Gauze is a school teacher in Webster, and he's been with me 15 years.
Wow.
Jim, his brother, works for him, but Dan totally enjoys it, and it's great to have him. So we're full tilt now, getting in everything, take care of it, and redoing a bunch of stuff. So with that, we talked about the flag holders being put in. We're working more on that. We just purchased a new mower. I say we purchased a new mower first day, and we already went back to their shop once. It's going back again. There's a few flaws that they're trying to fix. They're pretty upset about it, but they're taking care of it. So with that, there's a couple other pieces of equipment that I might trade. I got to look at that I have money in. If not, I'm going to give it back in a little two cut. So far, equipment, we're doing okay. I just trying to be mindset of trading when we need to. I have set for a gator right now, but I don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger. I need to have Damien come over and look at it a little bit and see if now's the time, or maybe we wait for a while. I think the value's still there, but I got to get another opinion before I do it. If not, we'll be trading with the gators. But other than that, I think I am done. Like I say, it's business as usual. I think you guys are aware we take care of the police department. I just went over today, talked to Scott Whitaker. He wants some trees planted. It sounds like an easy, we planted trees here a while back, and it's such a gravel property, they died, most of them died. So with Dustin's help, he's gonna give me some extra equipment, so I wanna take my digger away from the cemetery. I'll probably do it with another guy. We're gonna dig trenches, and we're gonna put a lot of good dirt in, and then plant some more to kind of surround the building a little bit. So we're working with Jurgen on some trees, and that'll be happening here in a month or so, probably. We'll get that taken care of. But property looks good, the guys are doing good over there, so. Mr. President, that's all I have for today.
Okay. Well, in light of today, we want to remember today, special anniversary, the 80th anniversary of the landing at Normandy. I know there's one person buried in Oakwood who went in on a second wave, and I certainly don't want to take it away from anyone else, but all of those men and women in that cemetery who served our nation, we certainly owe them a great debt of gratitude. So, but this is a good day and a sad day, and so I was really grateful on Memorial Day how we were able to honor those who have served our nation. So that's an important thing, and this is an important holiday too. So thank you all. Unless there's any other business we need to carry. All right, our meeting's adjourned then.
Thank you.
July 11th. Jeez. Can't believe we're saying July.
Isn't that crazy?
It's our next meeting.
Jeez.
Technically, it's supposed to be July 4th, but I don't think any of you will show up.
No, we
Yeah,
could,
probably right,
but
right.
Not coming to that one.
Me neither. I'm gonna be out of state, so that would not work for me.
It's good seeing you, Jeff. I appreciate
guys
you,
go
you know.
to the
I appreciate you guys. You
Yeah.
guys